Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to day 102, hiking northbound from Mexico to Canada on the CDT. We are currently just outside of Butte, heading towards Helena, which is probably going to take 4.5 days for me to get there. I left you guys last just getting onto the red line from the Big Sky Alt, and yeah, I hadn't really slept well the night before, and I got 4 hours of sleep, and so anyway, it was officially my shortest day on trail. But I slept for, 10 hours, something like that. I woke up at like 4 naturally, just like tossing and turning because my body was like, it's time to get up. So anyway, I feel really rested today. The goal is to get basically to the other connection point where if you were Sobo, you would get off to go into Butte from the interstate just shortly before there because it's still a national forest to camp. Because the only other option would be to keep going and do like a 30-mile day, which I don't know if I'll be able to do today, just depends on the terrain, but it would be 30 miles to go into the other side of the highway at the interstate and get into that national forest. So anyway, we will see what happens today, but I've just been playing my music and clacking my poles because it's always a little bit, not scary, but you're a little apprehensive just leaving in the pitch black dark of 5 a.m. or 5:30 whenever I left. Should be a good day. I thought what we saw yesterday was Butte, but I guess it was the outskirts. That's like not insignificant. A town. You hear the road noise up here on top of construction. This trail's been really nice. I mean, yes, I'm going uphill, but it's like a really gradual incline. And it's like nice, sandy, well treaded. Is well treaded a word? I don't know. Path. You can tell like bicyclists use this path a lot. So and there's all these really cool rock outcrops, and the pine trees are, spaced well apart, so you can kind of see in between the trees, which makes me feel better about wildlife. So it's nice. So I'm at an intersection, and there's so many times that I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know which way to go. Gotta open my maps up, and then as soon as I open my map and go, okay, I gotta go right. Oh my God. It is 12:15. I am 9.5 in. My pace is 2 miles an hour, so yeah, it is what it is. But I'm at 2,000 feet of elevation gain for the day, so a lot of up and down. I'm not going to fill up too much water here. I just did a little over a liter because it seems to be quite a bit of water on this section, so it's good. I'm starting here. I am going to go between another 10 and 12 miles, just depending on how I'm feeling and where camp is and all that good stuff. So overall, good day. It's mainly been pine forest with like the rock outcrops, and got some cool views of Butte this morning, but now we're back down in the forest. Kind of just winds behind and to the east of the interstate, and then we'll pop back out early tomorrow morning back on the interstate and cross over I-15. But yeah, it's good. Just listen to books. Haven't seen any other backpackers. I saw a biker this morning that I talked to for a little bit, but a lot of people take the Anaconda cutoff, so I don't figure I will see many people at least for a couple days, so until I get to where there's regular traffic again. I'm having a little barbecue packet that I heated up with some cheese on these little tortillas that are much more manageable for me than those huge ones at the store. It's 1:30, about 11.5 miles in, and I'm just a little slow today. I don't really have a reason for it. I just feel a little like me, I guess. So And a lot of this up and down is tiring, but I'm more than halfway for the day, so I was like, I'm just gonna stop and have my lunch now, so maybe it'll give me a little energy boost. And also let some of the hot of the day pass, and then we'll get back to it. I just sat there way too long. Having lunch, dinner, whatever it'll end up being. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling with motivation today. It's a beautiful day, like it's really good hiking weather, just, I don't know. Yeah, it just took every ounce of mojo that I have to make myself get up just now. Like, I'm not really tired, I just don't really feel like walking. And even though I've done almost 12 miles, like, yeah, there's still 8, 9, maybe 10 to go. And just some days, just like everything else in life, you just don't feel like it, even though it's like the perfect day to do the thing that you're not wanting to do. I don't know. I gotta get it together though. I've got to finish this track. And while the end is near, you know, several hundred miles is no joke. So, just my real thoughts. An old mine. Wonder what of. This is gonna be home for tonight. It has been a very, very long day. My feet are killing me. Those are elk. I've never heard them make those calls. I'm so glad I got that on camera. Oh my gosh, so cool. Yeah, my feet are killing me today. It just took me forever to do this day. Like, I mean, I started hiking at 5:30 and it's almost 8 o'clock. Oh my goodness, like, yeah, I've only gone 23.5 miles the last 2 days, which is not great because I only have so much power for my phone and everything, so I'm gonna have to like be really skimp on the recordings tomorrow, and yeah, I'm gonna have to walk in a little bit more silence. But yeah, I'm gonna get camp set up and then I'm going to bed, guys. I'm so tired, so I'll catch you tomorrow. This bear bag. I'm on day 3, which I know the first day was kind of a wash, but I still ate food that day, some food, and this bear bag still feels just as heavy as day 1. But it was a successful night. Nothing disturbed it. I haven't seen any bear tracks. I haven't seen any bear scat this whole section. I don't know if it's like, there's just a lot of pine forest. I don't see a lot of berries and things like that. It's pretty rocky terrain outside of the pine trees. So, I don't know. I'm not saying there's not any bear in the area, but I just haven't seen a lot of evidence of them. So, anyway, good morning. Welcome to day 103. This section, I just feel a little bit off in general. My body feels off. Things that don't usually hurt are starting to bother me, like my rotator cuff in my right shoulder. I'm feeling something in my upper trap area, like stuff that hasn't bothered me this whole trail, so I don't know. I don't know, maybe my body's just like, girl. We are right outside of Butte still. I'm about 6 or 7 miles from the other interstate, I-15, where it crosses. So basically the trail crosses I-90 going north, and then it crosses I-15 kind of going northwest. That's the first goal today, is to get across that interstate. We go underneath it. And yeah, I'm going to try and get to between 20 and 25 today. It's late. Like, I'm not going to get out of here until 9 probably. It's 8:15. I was really tired again yesterday. I didn't take any Tylenol PM. I didn't want any of that sleepy stuff in my system. But I still slept pretty long, and also it was very chilly this morning, still is. So, yeah, we'll see how we do today. that's the goal. I think another backpacker passed last night. I was like so the last thing I do before I go to sleep is I look at my phone, I look at far out, and I look at the mileage for the next day of like where I could possibly get to and the topo and water sources and all that. So, I was looking at my phone. I already had my earbuds in or my earplugs, and I heard like this tinking sound, and I was like, what is this tinking sound? And then I kind of thought I saw a light for a second. So anyway, I think somebody had like a bear bell on the back of their pack and they were walking past. But anyway, that's the goal. I'm gonna eat a little bit of breakfast and then we're gonna get on our way. Well, we made it to the interstate. There was nothing worth filming, y'all. It was just dirt road. And these nice people that I met on the way up, they're like, you need to ride to the other trailhead? I was like, listen, I'm not out here for an unnecessary road walk. So they gave me like a 2-mile ride to this other side here. So it's exciting. But it looks like it's more road walk, so I don't know how much I'm gonna film. And I'm also, like I said, I'm trying to save battery too, but I think I've caught up with the group that I was hiking with in Yellowstone, so that's good. A little bit of a win today. Ooh, that's a big bull. They were super sweet, so shout out to Marianne and Dave. So good to meet you, and Cooper, their sweet puppo. I'm really grateful for all the kind people out here. So very nice. Well, I'm making better time than yesterday. I think I am almost 16 miles in. It's about 3:50. It's been a whirlwind today. I made a couple calls on my way to the interstate because I got service, and then that nice couple picked me up and dropped me on the other side. And then I saw a Euro trip in Milestone, and they were doing a little bit of a road walk to cut off some miles of the red line to get to a campground and also get water. So I walked with them for a little bit, and then we stopped for some lunch. And then we all did the same bushwhack, and we all did the same road walk, but somehow they got in front of me, and I have no idea how because I was in front of them. So I have no idea. But yeah, a better day than yesterday in terms of energy and stuff, so that's good. My goal is to go well over 20 today if I can. It's only 4 o'clock, so I have another 4 hours of hiking, so hoping to get close to 25 if this terrain up here isn't too terrible. I know I have a big climb coming up. I've already done about 1,300 for the day, so it'll end up being over 2,000, which isn't too bad. So anyway, that's the update. That's how it's going. There's just mountains and pine trees for miles and miles. It's crazy. But we're very grateful for this cloud, so I need to get moving while I still have some shade. It's been a day. I'm 22 miles in, and I stopped about a mile ago and got water from like this old pipe that all the water tastes like rust. And now I made it to this lovely Trail Magic where there was still a little bit of Trail Magic left. There's like 15 of us that came through today that I saw on the trail register, like insane. So I'm definitely still in the bubble, so that's good. I haven't had caffeine in over a year, so this is probably gonna really mess me up. So anyway, I'm gonna finish this, and then so begins the hunt for camp. And it's a lot of this type of vegetation, so I really haven't seen a lot of good camping. We'll see. Oh man. Home for the night. It's hard. We meet under the blurry red light yet again. Oh man, guys, today was a good day. It was better than yesterday for sure in terms of mileage. So I walked 22.5, but we actually went a little over 25 miles because we walked the road, so it cut off some of the red line. So we're about 51.8 from where I'm gonna get picked up in Helena off the highway, hopefully get a hitch or a channel angel or something. So 2 bigger days tomorrow and then an easy day in Wednesday is what I'm hoping. unless like I just bust out something tomorrow crazy, but I don't think so. This campsite's really beautiful though, and I got to see the lovely sunset, and I sat outside to journal, so that's really nice. And I'm very tired, and like I said, my body's just kind of hurting in weird places the last few days, so I'm gonna get some rest, and I will see you guys tomorrow. This will be a 3-day video just because I'm not filming too much during the day because it's just a lot of pine forest walking or road walking, so nothing too exciting happening. Haven't really seen any wildlife, so I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It's day 104, which is wild. I was doing math last night because everybody's kind of talking about their end dates and when they're going to finish, and a lot of people are trying to finish in the next 2 to 2.5 weeks, which is just crazy to think about. I'm a little slower, as we all know, so I'm planning to finish in 3 weeks, a little less, like 20 days. It's still like I'm having to start to think about that kind of stuff of like when I'm going to finish, because I need to know exactly how many miles I need to do per day to get there, account for any zero or zeros. But it also still feels like really foreign to like think about and to contemplate. Just like, wait, what? I'm gonna be done? And I'll be home in less than a month? Like, what? It's really pretty this morning. Hazy. Last night was a really lovely campsite. Like, it's the top of this hill, super like lovely views. My stakes went in the ground easy. It was flat. Like, found a nice place to hang my bear bag. It was just nice all around. So, yeah, it's 7 o'clock. Been walking for just a few minutes now. And the goal from basically here on out is at least like a minimum of 20. 22 would be optimal. 25 would be great padding if I were to do 25 a day. So, yeah, crazy stuff, guys. Thanks for joining along on this wild ride the last few months. Really appreciate all the support and the encouraging comments, and doing these videos has been a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, and the more people that subscribe, the faster I start to get paid for actually doing all this stuff. So anyway, the next water is about 8 miles away, but I'm pretty full right now, so I'm not like worried about it. I have one metal tasting water and one delicious water from filling up with cash last night. Well, yeah, just gotta grind out these next 3 weeks, y'all, and then we'll be to Canada. If you're talking about thirsty. Hey guys, I haven't done a lot of talking today to the camera. Really, I don't think much on this section compared to the other sections. I was talking a lot. Just trying to save battery, and like I said, there's just like not a lot to chat about. It's just pine forest walking over kind of meadows, and there are some pretty views every once in a while, but nothing too exciting. Lots of cows, so it definitely reminds me of New Mexico. I am sitting here about to have some Nor pasta side for lunch. Ooh, that's hot. With a little bit of Gouda cheese in it. And yeah, I didn't even realize that Friday was my 1-year quit-iversary. So just a couple days ago. And it's wild to think that a year has already gone by since that was my last day of like work. This is a lot of work. Not only hiking, but doing these videos, but you know, work I was getting paid to do and in the corporate world. And some of my observations so far are that I don't know if it's because like I've had I knew I was going to take a year off regardless of if I did the CDT or not. So the first few months was really just like decompressing from working nonstop since I was 16 years old, and like figuring out what I like to do in my spare time besides work. And so I took a pottery class. I did a couple of embroidery projects. I painted some paintings for my brother's new apartment. So I did some more creative things. And with that, once I decided after the holidays last year that I was going to hike the CDT, my focus has all turned to this. So when I say I don't miss work, I think a lot of it's because I have a focus and a purpose right now. And so I don't miss work because this is my work right now. We'll see when I get back how I feel about that. Two, I'm just really glad I made the decision to quit. I won't get into the reasons, like the professional reasons that I quit my last job, but I am glad that I left there because it just wasn't the right place for me anymore. And then also, personally, I'm glad that I did, to give myself this time, because most people get this time maybe after high school or after college. Some people take a gap year, or they have a summer off or whatever, and I just never did that because I had student loans, so I just worked all of my 20s to get all my debt paid off from school and buying my first car and all that stuff. So anyway, I feel free now. I feel free of debt. I feel free of this obligation to just take a job because it pays well or because I have to. I don't know. And that's a really, really special and privileged thing to say, and I understand that. So yeah, I'm just glad that I did it. And three, I think I have finally learned that like life isn't about working. It's really great, and I'm really envious of the people who have found their passion and their passion pays them. I haven't quite managed to get there yet, but I used to live to work, and now whatever I do next, I am definitely going to work to live. I'm not going back to that place again of making my job my everything. So those are some lunchtime thoughts with Chelsea. If you feel like quitting your job, hit me up in the comments below or send me a DM on Instagram. I'm happy to answer any questions of like how to prepare for something like that and what it's been like more in depth. I'll do a video when I get home too, like specifically about what it's been like for this past year. I don't want to get into it too much here because you guys are here to watch the hiking videos and the CDT. But yeah, those are some thoughts I've been thinking about the last couple days, just reflecting on this last year. So yeah, I am 12 miles in. It's about 1:40, and I have about 10 more miles to go. But I was just kind of dragging today because it's hot. It's like in the 90s today, and there's a lot of up and down in an exposed section. So I thought, you know what? Let's have a nice big meal. I haven't had any hot meals since I got on trail last Friday, so I haven't used any gas. So I was like, let's have a nice meal and maybe take a nap, and then I'll get going a little later this afternoon and crush this last 10 miles. Between the sage and the grasshoppers and these lovely water sources, I feel like I've been transported back to New Mexico, y'all. Still have 3.7 to go. Very tired, but thought I'd show you guys my cool calluses that I have from my trekking poles. They're look like they're worse on my left side, but yeah, I'm tired. It's just been last few miles have been, I mean, this is nice, but the miles before that were on really rocky terrain, so it was pretty brutal to walk over. And then, like I said, all day today it's just been this, so this is the last climb of the day. I only have half a mile to go, so it's not that bad. It's really not as bad as I make it sound. It's just when you do it all day, it's just it's something else. Which I know I've said that like 1,000 times in these last few videos, so I will shut up about it. But I'm getting there. So 3.7, and there's a lot of us out here, so we'll see if anybody's there. It's supposed to hold, the campsite that I am working towards is supposed to hold about 5 tents, so there'll be room for me. I should get there right before 8 o'clock, so should be still some sunlight and stuff left to set up. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's this section is just uninspiring, if it's just stuff I just looks like stuff I've walked through before already, or what. Glacier still feels far away. Like I got really amped up before Yellowstone, you know. Obviously, like my energy was probably different for the Yellowstone videos. So maybe it'll come back when I get closer to Glacier, but yeah, right now I'm just feeling a little unmotivated and uninspired. Uninspired to film, to get to the places I'm going. Yeah, and it's a hard week. I'll get into that later, maybe in the next video, but anyway, yeah, almost there. Bird season opened up today in Montana, so run, baby bird, run. Morning, guys. It's the next day. I made it to camp, but there were already some people there, and I think they were asleep, so I didn't close out the video. But thank you all so much for joining me over the last few days on our way to Helena. In the next one, we will be getting to Helena, taking a zero. We'll be dealing with some tough stuff. Not really sure yet. I'll find out today, but yeah. And then our next couple of videos will really just be a big push through the Bob Marshall Wilderness, the highest concentration of grizzlies in the United States. And then we'll be in East Glacier, which is crazy. So that'll be our last stint. We're almost there. I'll catch you guys in the next one.